What is up, guys? As you guys can tell by the title of this video and what I'm currently showing you right now, it is a DVD review of the most recent DVD that came out this past Tuesday, the 50 Greatest Finishing Moves in WWE History. I got done watching this on Sunday, aka yesterday, because it is 1:10 in the morning right now. You probably don't care, but I thought I'd throw that in there. But I finished the matches on Thursday night, and no, I watched the matches on Thursday, finished it on... Fuck, this is all confusing. I watched this 2 on Thursday night, watched this 3 on Saturday night, and just watched the documentary Sunday evening. You probably didn't care about that, but it's my video and I'll say whatever I want. Alright, let's get to the review now. You have the cover here. You got Shawn Michaels getting the super kick, the nothing. You got, what the fuck is that? Triple H giving the pedigree, sorry, you can see the glare right there, got in my way. Taker doing the tombstone, Ray doing the 619, and Stone Cold doing the stunner. Pretty good cover, I guess. You got Jimmy Superfly Snuka doing the Snuka Splash. Fucking Voxer. Fuck you. Yeah. The side right there. Then you got in the back, you have Bret Hart playing the Sharpshooter, Sarge playing the Cobra Clutch. Right? It's Cobra Clutch, right? Yeah. I don't know why I drew a blank there for a minute. Like I said, it's 1 in the morning, so my head isn't 100% straight right now. Flair applying the figure 4, and Edge getting a spear to The Miz. And of course, you had the writing. Fucking glare's pissing me off. You had the writing on here. There are more moves guaranteed to raise the masses to their feet and wipe the unfortunate recipients off their own. Big words. They are the 50 greatest finishing moves in WWE history. This controversial theory is set counts down the most amazing, devastating, and bone-crunching signature moves that have thrilled the WWE universe and transformed superstars into champions, whether through a pulverizing force, gravity-defying sleeps, or agonizing submission holds that twist opponents into human pretzels. These 50 moves serve as the last step in the ultimate goal of victory. Where does your favorite superstar's move rank? How does your list compare to ours? And who has the greatest finishing move of all time? This continuous countdown is perfect for all the hardcore WWE history buff. Let the debate begin. Inside, you have The Rock. It says Rock Bottom. Give the Rock Bottom to Stone Cold at 19. Orton give Punk and RKO out the ladder from 23. So RKO. Open it up. Nothing special here. You don't even have to, this is what I hate. They put pictures on here instead of the listing. That I really despise when they do this. Stone Cold and Stunner right there. Really fucking despise it. They can't put the listing. They put a picture of Austin getting the Stunner. You couldn't just put that, like right there or something. And that pisses me off. They don't put the listing in there. Disc 1, you got Batista giving Kane his Spine Buster. Sarge getting more in the Cobra Clutch, and Angle giving Lesnar the ankle lock, and behind each disc it has like the names of finishing moves that you can tell, and it says what makes, making sure there's that on there. Disc 2, a great, and you can probably guess what the time disc 3 says. Finisher. What makes a great finisher? That's what I said, right? I don't know, I forgot. Don't care. Anyways, DVD. Overall, when I heard this DVD announcement, I honestly wasn't looking forward to it, because when they do countdown DVDs, they're usually not that great. But when the listing came out and I saw the matches, this was a must-have to me, because the matches on there looks nothing but spectacular, and they pretty much were. They were nothing but great matches. Well, good to great matches, I would say. A lot of TV matches, which I really like on DVDs, because when they put pay-per-view matches on DVDs, you can get those. If you have the pay-per-view, it's kind of worthless to have that match if you have the pay-per-view. So that's why I don't like when I put pay-per-view DVDs on there. Like, the Batista DVD is a great example. They had, like, 2 matches that were, like, a Raw match and, like, a OVW match, and the rest were pay-per-view matches. So the matches on the Batista DVD completely sucked because of that reason. But when they put TV matches, like, there's a handful, there's at least 5 or 6 TV matches on this DVD, which I really liked it. When they do that, it just makes the DVD more interesting and more of a must-have, because it's, like, unreleased TV matches that haven't been released yet. But matches are probably the best part of this DVD. The documentary was whatever. Honestly, didn't really like the documentary that much. It seemed like they got real repetitive in the documentary. Basically, whoever finisher they talked about, they basically kissed his ass, saying it's like the greatest finisher of all time. And then they gave compliments towards it. Everyone was saying like how their opinions on the finisher, and it just felt like they're just repeating themselves over and over and over again. Which it just documentary. Let me just say this: probably by 20s, in the 20 we got to 20, I was honestly getting tired because it was legit boring me. So the documentary wasn't that good. Didn't like it that much, perfectly honest. But it was more like a history lesson, somewhat. I wouldn't say it is a history lesson, but it's like showing the history behind each finisher and how devastating they were, if they were devastating. But I got the Best Buy exclusive where it has the honorable mentions, and that's that's good to have. But the list goes like this. Number 50 was JBL's clothesline. Basically said it was a simple move, but the way JBL did it was just vicious. The way he went through with it, it just made it look really devastating. 49 was the Vader Bomb. They said, it's a pretty simple move, but considering that he's a 300 plus man falling on you, basically crushing your ribs, you're basically fucked. 48 was the Dusty Rhodes Bionic Elbow. It just did look cool, I guess, as they really said. People just popped for it. 47, $1 Million Dream, basically choked everyone out. And, he slipped a $100 bill after he choked you out. 46, Kerry Von Erich, Iron Claw. Basically, when you had his big hands on your face, there's no getting out of it, and you're basically screwed. 45, Ravishing Rude, the Rude Awakening. Basically, the way he shook his hips before he hit the neck breaker, he was disrespecting you when he did that. 44, Lex Luger, Torture Rack. They just said how he was the perfect guy to do it because he was so built and big and everything. He was able to do it to anyone, basically. 47, Dudley Boys 3D. They explained how they wanted to, Bubba Ray explained that he wanted to do a cutter-like move, and he wanted to know how they could, make their own version of it. So Devon did the flapjack, where he did the cutter and created 3D. 42, Bam Bam Bigelow moonsault. Basically because, he's such a big guy and he can do that kind of move. I guess that's what they basically said. It was so good about it. DDP Diamond Cutter, just the fact that he wanted to hit a move out of nowhere and win the match, basically. That's what he wanted that move for. 40, Mandible Claw / Sacco. They talked about how the Mandible Claw was such a devastating maneuver, everyone feared it, but when Mr. Sacco came into play, it was like a joke, basically. 39, Honky Tonk Man, Shake, Rattle, and Roll. Another swinging neck breaker. He holds him, shake him, then the roll was the neck breaker. 38, Yokozuna Banzai Drop. Basically, a fucking 500-pound man jumping on your chest. Basically, you're screwed and that happened. 37 was Flash Funk, 450 Splash. He wasn't a small guy. He was pretty big, tall wise. So such a tall guy to do it was pretty impressive. 36, Sting, Scorpion, Deathlock. He basically couldn't get out of it, they explained. 35, Lita, Moonsault, just because, she's a diva, and the divas don't do that. That's what's so impressive about it. 34, Kevin Nash, Jackknife, Powerbomb. The fact that he's such a huge man, and when he lifted you up, and he dropped you, and it's like a 7-foot drop down, it was just so devastating from it. 33, Jerry the King Lawler, Piledriver. He basically said no one could do it as perfect as him, and his pile drivers are very, very devastating. 32, RVD 5-star Frog Splash. They basically explained his Frog Splash for 5 stars. They didn't really talk about it that much. They just basically praised every finisher. That's why there's not much talk about it. Big Show Chokeslam. The fact that he had such huge hands and he just picked you up and basically held you in the air for a couple seconds and just threw you to the ground was just devastating. 30, CM Punk GTS. The fact that when he threw you down, you looked at his knee as it went to your face and basically killed you. That's what's so scary about it. 29, Brock Lesnar F5. The fact that he could do any move because of how big he is, that could pretty kill you. The fact that he chose to put you on his shoulders and drop you on your face pretty much scared everyone. Bob Backlund, Chicken Wing. Basically, when he did the move and looked at his hands and acted like he didn't know what he was doing, was what really got people going. 27, Batista Bomb. The fact that Batista went down with you, with all his power to go down, was so devastating with the move. 26, Mr. Perfect Plex. I don't think it needs to be explained. The fact that he did it so perfectly and hooked a leg, make sure you couldn't kicked out, was basically the whole point of that. 25, Kurt Angle Ankle Lock. The fact that Kurt Angle knew so many submission holds and he used that, and basically everyone tapped out to that, what made it so devastating. Chris Jericho, the Lion Tamer versus Walter Jericho, just the fact that it was so painful for your back, you couldn't basically, you had no choice but to tap out. 23 Edge Spear, the fact that, you know, he made it look so cool and he could basically hit it out of nowhere would have made the move interesting. 22 Iron Sheik Camel Clutch, just like the Walter Jericho, basically destroyed your back in ways you shouldn't be bending. 21 John Cena Attitude Adjustment, you know, the fact that John Cena threw you in the air and you landed on your back basically was so devastating about it. 20 Scott Hall Razor's Edge, the fact that he lifted you up like a cross and threw in the back of your neck was so devastating about it. 19 Goldberg Jackhammer, the fact that he went for vertical suplex, held you up, and then, you know, just he went down with you, basically slammed on you. It was so devastating, I guess. 18 Rey Mysterio 619, the fact that he used the ropes like no one else did, and his feet go to your face is so devastating about it. 17 Road Warriors Doomsday Device, that's self-explanatory. 16 Bruno Sammartino with a bear hug, the fact that he works on your back the entire match and does that to you, basically kills you. 15 Sergeant Slaughter Cobra Clutch, same thing as $1 Million Dream, basically you couldn't get out of it and you're screwed. 14 Jeff Hardy Swanton Bomb, the way he executed it was so cool, I guess, they were saying. 13 Frog Splash from Eddie Guerrero, 12 Macho Man Randy Savage, Elbow at the top rope, the fact that he did it so perfectly was the reason why I was on here. Number 11 Randy Orton RKO, same reason, the Diamond Cutter, because it hit out of nowhere and it was so devastating, I guess. 10 Bret Hitman Hart Sharpshooter, same reason for Sting Scorpion Deathlock. 19 Jimmy Superfly Snuka Superfly Splash. 8 Nature Boy Ric Flair Figure 4 Leg Lock, the fact that he made your foot basically kill your knee is what was so devastating about it. 7 Hulk Hogan Leg Drop, they basically buried the move and said it was a shit finisher, but the fact that it was like a 300-pound man dropping on your face, that's what made it so devastating. Number 6 Shawn Michaels Sweet Chin Music, you know, it can come out of nowhere, that's what's so devastating about it. 5 Jake Snake Roberts DDT, it was like the most devastating move at the time, so that's why it was on the list. Well, not the time, but when he was wrestling, like in the 80s and stuff, it was like a really devastating move that no one else could see, and the fact that he invented it made it even better. 4 Rock Bottom / People's Elbow. Rock Bottom was like a devastating finisher, but Mick Foley said that the other People's Elbow was a silly move. 3 Triple H Pedigree, self-explanatory. Undertaker Tombstone Piledriver, self-explanatory, and Stone Cold Steve Austin Stunner, self-explanatory. And honorable mentions on the DVD, if you have the Best Buy ones, is X Factor from X-Pac, whatever. Booker T Spinneroonie, they even admitted it wasn't a finisher, and they don't even know why it's on the DVD. John Morrison Starship Pain, don't even know why it's honorable mention considering he missed 85% of the time. Scotty Tuhati the Worm, they pretty much buried that move too. They basically said it was just the way he executed it was cool. Rikishi Stinkface, they basically explained how everyone hated his fat ass in his face. Shane McMahon Coast to Coast, that's self-explanatory. And Billy Kidman's Shooting Star Press, just the fact that he can do it so perfectly is what everyone loved about it. But this DVD, like I said, it was good. You know, nothing terrible to talk about it, but like I said, it was just boring, and it wasn't even the 50 greatest finishers. They had repetitive finishers, like the moonsault. They had Bigelow and Lita do it. They had the frog splash on there, well, the splash on there 3 different times. Diamond Cutter and RKO, same thing. They may be like executed differently, but they're the same move. So I didn't like the fact that they repeated finishers on here. But like I said, this DVD, it's if you want to get it, you know, go get it. But if you're not, and you're honestly not missing much, sorry about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the review. DVD, like I said, it's get it if you want. If you don't, not missing much. But thank you for watching the video, and I am out, guys. Thank you for watching.